What if I told you that your teenager's smartphone is like a 24/7 party filled with crazy influencers, out of control memes, and the occasional cyberbully or two that is lurking in the corner? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the shocking truth about teens and social media and what you as parents can do to control this. Get ready for a deep dive into the mad world of digital adolescence. We're going to expose the raw truths, debunk myths, and give you all of the parenting hacks needed for you to become the next social media ninja. All of this without losing your total sanity. You're gonna lose some of it. I'm gonna make you that parent that's ready to tackle this demon with the confidence and swagger needed. But first, I need you to buckle up because this is gonna be a wild ride. So who's this person who's just randomly shown up on your feed and decided to throw themselves at this maelstrom of chaos and teens and social media? Well, my name is JP, and today I'll be your friendly neighborhood social media sensei. See, for the past 3 years, I've been schooling university students about the do's and the don'ts of social media. But today, it's not about them. It's about you and your family. So sit tight, because I'm gonna bring all this experience into your living room in just about 10 minutes. Together, we're gonna navigate this digital jungle in style. All right, now that you've strapped in, let's rev up the engines and get this show on the road. First stop, the positive impacts of social media. And yeah, you did hear me right. Positivity is not a dirty word here. For all its digital chaos, there's definitely shining moments too. Let's take learning, for example. The modern teenager has the ability to tap into global knowledge from just their fingertips. And I'm actually gonna remove this because I know it's traumatizing for some parents to see these types of keyboards. But the reality is, at their fingertips is the possibility to connect with peers, with experts, and just access a treasure trove of information literally from the comfort of their bedroom. Social media has actually allowed for your teenager to access a form of learning that is no longer tied to the classroom. And it's made it way more engaging and interactive for them. Then we've got communication. Remember those times where you've had to wait days or even weeks for your letters to reach family and friends? Yeah, those days are a dusty memory. Social media has made our world remarkably smaller and our relationships remarkably more accessible. Your teenager can now very easily connect with their cousin in Australia, they can connect with a friend that's moved to Canada, or they can even make new friends in Japan. And what about creativity? With platforms like TikTok, like Instagram, and YouTube, creativity is literally at your teen's disposal and the world is their canvas. They can express themselves, they can share their creations, and in the process learn new skills. They're gonna be learning how to dance, how to sing, how to play instruments, how to cook, how to play video games, how to code, and they can even make a comedy sketch about how parents are afraid of colorful keyboards. But here's where it gets even better. It's about the development of a global perspective. We're raising a generation of global citizens. With a simple scroll, teenagers are exposed to a variety of cultures, viewpoints, and ideas too. They get to hear voices from experts everywhere around the world. They can learn about social issues, about political discussions, and understand the world beyond their backyard. And now I want you to take a deep breath because I know this was a lot of positivity to take in, and especially when we're talking about social media. But it's important that we remember that just like all tools, it's also dependent on the use that the person that's using it gives it. I guess that makes sense. You see, social media can be as good or as bad as the person that's using it wants to make it. However, obviously, as I'm lining it up here, this is not just a digital utopia. There are definitely dragons to slay here. But before we move on to the negative aspects of social media, I want to ask you, are you okay? Do you have everything clear so far? If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments down below. And if you could also leave a like on this video, that would be tremendously helpful. Thank you for doing that. Awesome, you're still with me. Let's move on. Now let's dive into the murky waters of social media. I know you've been waiting for this. We're not just gonna understand how they work, I'm gonna try and equip you with some tools to help you tackle them as well. And first off, we're gonna take a look at a monster called cyberbullying. See, the anonymity of social media platforms can unfortunately embolden bullies and, yeah, these trolls, I guess. So it's vital that you're keeping communication with your teen as open as possible. You need to be encouraging your teen to share their online experiences with you, be they good or bad. You need to start creating a safe space for them to learn that they can discuss any negative encounters, because only then will you be able to prevent them from actually happening. Next up, we've got the comparison trap. See, social media often showcases highlight reels of people's lives rather than the moments when they're down. And your teenager might be comparing their behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. You need to start making sure that they understand that everything they see on social media doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually true. It's almost never a reflection of reality, and you should be telling them about this almost perfect filter that everything that gets posted on Instagram passes through. Very few people are posting their down moments on Instagram. They're posting their wins. Just their wins, and sometimes these are even fake wins. Third, and very important, online safety. Predators, scammers, identity thieves. The internet can definitely be a dangerous space. Teach your teen to be careful about the personal information that they're sharing online. You should be looking at it too. Stress the importance of the privacy settings on social media platforms and go through it with them. It's not just about telling them not to interact with random people on the internet. It's also about making it harder for people to interact with your teen. And if you're not sure how to do this, there's tons of online videos that can help you with this. Then there's the screen time demon. Excessive use of social media, as with excessive use of pretty much anything, can lead to an impact on their physical health, an impact on their sleep patterns, an impact on their academic success. But setting boundaries is the key here. You need to be setting boundaries. Encourage digital detoxes. Create tech-free spaces in your home. And promote hobbies and activities that you are doing with them on the outside world. It's not just about telling them to go touch grass. It's about touching grass with your teen. And lastly, we have the disinformation dragon. Fake news, conspiracy theories, misinformation. They're rampant on social media. You've seen them. Maybe you're some of the people sharing them on WhatsApp groups. Encourage your teenager to think critically about what the content they're consuming is. Instill in them a fact-checking habit to make sure the information that they're consuming is correct. And also, you could and should be promoting credible sources of news and information, although I know it's kind of hard to find these nowadays. And yeah, we've covered a lot today, but we are not done yet. We're still gonna tackle that promise we made earlier. But before we get to that, I want to once again make sure that you know there's a safe space in the comment section for you to ask your questions. I'm gonna be down there answering all of your doubts, so make use of it. All right, you've made it this far, and for that, just for that, you deserve a bonus round. Yeah, we're about to over-deliver on our promise. Because we're not just tackling the online world here, we're mastering it. So here's a secret weapon for you. It's a little thing called digital literacy. Equip your teenagers with the ability to critically evaluate what they come across online. This includes everything from sponsored content to recognizing reliable sources and just basically spotting fake profiles. It's not just about knowing how to use the platforms, neither for you or your teen. It's about also understanding the mechanics that are behind them. And here's a curveball for you. Join them! Understand these platforms that your kids are using, not to monitor, but to engage. Share a funny meme, like their posts. Even make that very goofy child parent TikTok your kid has been pestering you about for months. Show them that you're not just a tech-challenged parent, but someone who can appreciate and understand their online world. But remember, as I said before, the key to all this will always be balance. Navigating the digital world should never replace living in the real world. Encourage face-to-face interactions, outdoor activities, and offline hobbies. These are crucial for your teen. And that's a wrap, folks. I hope you're walking away from this video feeling a little bit less daunted today and a lot more prepared for the crazy world of teens and social media. But remember, this is just the tip of the digital iceberg. There's way too much to explore and understand, but you'll have to do it on your own. And the best way to stay ahead of the game? Easy. Subscribe to our newsletter. You're gonna find it in the description. Think of it as a handy-dandy guide to thrive in the digital space. Delivered every single week straight to your inbox. We've got more tips, more tricks, and more in-depth discussions with a community of parents just like you. And yeah, more humor, because we could all use a good laugh. But before we sign off, I just want to tell you, you're doing great. Parenting in the digital world is uncharted territory for all of us. But together, we're making it work. So keep going, keep learning, and more importantly, please keep laughing. It's all about having fun. This is JP, I'm signing off. Thank you for joining me on this wild, wild ride. Stay safe, remember to subscribe to the newsletter, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.